After months of intense debates and closed-door negotiations, the landmark economic relief bill championed by Senator Bernie Sanders has finally passed through Congress. And it's bringing with it some major financial relief that could change the game for millions of Americans. We're talking about direct $3,000 payments to qualifying individuals, as well as an additional $200 monthly boost for Social Security recipients. But before you start thinking about how you might spend this extra cash, it's crucial to understand exactly who qualifies, when this money will be arriving, and the surprise and behind-the-scenes story of how this bill managed to survive in the face of powerful opposition. In this video, we're going to break down the details of this historic bill, the political maneuvering that made it happen, and what these payments mean for your family's financial future in today's economy. The journey to passage. It's been a long road, but last Thursday, Congress officially passed the Economic Security Enhancement Act. The atmosphere in chambers was nothing short of electric as the final votes were tallied, and the legislation was passed by the narrowest of margins. But how did Bernie Sanders, a longtime advocate for economic justice, secure such a significant victory in a deeply divided political landscape? Well, after weeks of strategic lobbying and negotiations, Sanders found common ground with moderate senators by including several key economic safeguards and provisions that ensure fiscal responsibility while maximizing impact for working families. This wasn't just about partisan politics. It was about a broader recognition that too many Americans are just one emergency away from financial disaster. The details of the bill. So, what exactly does this bill include? Let's break it down. $3,000 direct payments for Americans earning under $775,000 annually. That's a lot of people who will benefit from this. For those earning between $75,000 and $100,000, the amount of the payment will be graduated, meaning it'll be a bit smaller, but still significant. $1,100 per dependent child. This is a huge win for families. Parents will get even more help in the form of direct payments for their children. $200 monthly increase for Social Security recipients. This is especially big news for seniors. Sanders has called this the crisis of elder poverty in America, and this $200 boost is directly addressing it. How did Sanders push this through? In today's political climate, pushing through such ambitious legislation wasn't easy. It required some serious political maneuvering. In the face of initial resistance, Sanders managed to secure support from moderate senators by introducing targeted provisions that ensure fiscal responsibility. He made the case that direct economic assistance works, especially in times of crisis, like the pandemic, when direct payments help keep millions of Americans out of poverty. His approach was simple yet powerful. This initiative is not about partisan politics. It is about recognizing the stark reality that too many Americans are struggling to make ends meet. The timing is crucial. This legislation comes at a crucial time for the U.S. economy. While inflation is finally starting to cool, persistent issues like high housing costs continue to put a strain on family budgets. Recent data shows that nearly 40% of Americans would struggle to cover an unexpected $400 expense. That's an alarming statistic, showing just how fragile many families' financial situations are, even with a low unemployment rate. So, how soon can you expect to see this money in your account? According to officials from the U.S. Treasury, the implementation plan aims to start direct deposits within 45 days of the bill signing. Paper checks will follow shortly thereafter. Social Security recipients will see their $200 monthly boost reflected in the second payment cycle. Qualification and how to get paid. Good news for most Americans. You don't need to do anything extra to get paid. The qualification process for these payments will largely follow the systems set up during previous relief programs. If you filed a recent tax return or are already receiving Social Security benefits, you're in line to receive this aid automatically. The IRS is expected to roll out an online portal to help those who need to update their information or check their payment status. So, make sure to stay on top of that. Opposition and debate. While there's a lot to celebrate, it's important to note that this bill has faced significant opposition. Some critics argue that additional consumer spending could reignite inflation, but Sanders and his allies point to evidence from economists suggesting that the targeted nature of the payments will primarily support essential spending and won't drive broad-based inflation. Maria Chan, an economic policy advisor, explained that the funds will go into local economies, helping families who are struggling with basic needs like groceries, housing, and health care. These are not families buying luxury goods, but people meeting essential needs. Social Security increase, a game changer for seniors. For seniors and those receiving Social Security benefits, the $200 monthly increase is a game changer. Advocates for Social Security reform have long argued that current cost of living adjustments, COLA, don't adequately account for rising expenses like health care. This increase will make a real difference for seniors, especially those on fixed incomes, who've been hit hard by rising prescription drug costs and housing prices. Margaret Wilson, a 72-year-old from Ohio, share how this $200 will change your life. I've been cutting my blood pressure pills short just to make ends meet. This increase means I won't have to choose between medicine and meals anymore. Funding the bill, how will it be paid for? Of course, whenever there's a financial package like this, the question arises, how will it be paid for? Senator Sanders addressed this by proposing a temporary corporate tax adjustment for companies with annual profits over $100 million. Additionally, the bill closes tax loopholes and contains economic triggers that will adjust future phases of the bill based on inflation indicators. This compromise played a critical role in securing votes from moderate senators. Public support and conclusion. Despite the opposition, polling shows that the public is overwhelmingly in favor of this legislation. 67% of people approve of the direct payments, and 78% support the Social Security boost. That public backing was a driving force in pushing this bill through Congress. This bill represents a huge political win for Bernie Sanders and a potential game changer for families across America. Will it be remembered as his defining legacy? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear. Working families need this relief now more than ever. Outro, to stay on top of the implementation timeline, qualification requirements, and how this bill impacts you, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll keep you updated with the latest news and provide step-by-step guidance on how to navigate the payment process. Drop a comment below and let us know how you plan to use these funds. Your thoughts are important, and staying informed is crucial as we all work together to secure a brighter financial future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next update.